Okay, this one's quick, but I just want to show you how forms work, especially if you're using Calendly. You may be using the service that Squarespace comes with that is similar to Calendly, but it's through Squarespace. If that's the case, it will not look like this, but I know a lot of people would prefer Calendly. And so what has happened here is we've actually inserted a piece of code from your Calendly that we chose. If for any reason you needed to replace that, you would simply come on this page, you'd click edit like we normally do, and you'd click this box that looks blank. It says script disabled, and then it says code. You would tap that, hit the edit button, and then this is where you would simply delete all that code and then paste the code that Calendly gave you to embed that particular calendar in. And then for our form, that is actually built into Squarespace, so you would hit the edit button, and then this is where you would edit whatever you need to, name, email, message, if you wanted to add more things, if you wanted to make some of them not permanent or required, you can do that. Post submit is what you'll see after, so maybe you want to change that. And then storage is where it actually goes. So we are sending this to their actual email, so it comes in your inbox, but you could also connect it to MailChimp, or you could do a Zap, or something like that. You can also turn on Google reCAPTCHA if you desire. So that is forms. We talked a little bit about this earlier with editing text, but I just want to mention it again. The way that you have to edit something like this is a card, but it doesn't look like a card. But if you click on it, you notice, well, if I double click on it, it pops it up, so that's great. But you can't edit it just straight in there. You have to actually edit it in this little box over here. So that is that page. And then if we have a downloadable guide that connects with your another typo, so thank you, Grammarly. If you don't have that, I highly recommend it. So for example, we have this connected with Flowdesk, which means we had to do the same thing like Calendly. We had to insert a piece of code, and so that code is here. So if you wanted to change out the item that is getting downloaded when people sign up for your email, that's actually going to be done through your email system. So in this case, Flowdesk, or maybe you use MailChimp or whatever it is, that's going to be done on that side. And so you won't have to change anything here because I've got it set up to your form. That would be something that takes place in your newsletter system. So, and then if you want to change the text or what this says, I've set it up so that you can actually do that in Squarespace versus having to figure out how to do that in your email platform. All right. And again, I'll just hit on it one more time. If you do want to change this background photo, you would go to, because this one is full here to here, that means it's a background photo. So we're changing it in this edit section, background, and then there's the photo. And you can see I've pulled the focal point over here. You could easily change it to her face or down here on the table or whatever you want. The opacity, you can do that. So that is where you can change that. You can also go to format. You could make it maybe a little bit bigger. So you can play with that. And we're going to save it. And there we go.